Hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining me on this Thursday evening or on the replay if you're catching me on the replay. My name's Heather. I'm the Songbird Stamper. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Fareham in the UK, so on the south coast. And love being down here, not far from the beach. It's hot, hot, hot at the moment. And I wonder who else is out there struggling with this heat a little bit. I mean, I love it, don't get me wrong. I absolutely love it, and I wouldn't change the kind of sunshine. It really makes me feel good. A little bit too hot. Never happy, are we? So I'm going to show you today how to make a mini album. But I thought while we just wait for a few people to pop on, I would do a little bit of fussy cutting using the Pansy Patch stamp set. Because this is one of the many stamp sets. I've got lots of stamp sets out today. So. I'm going to run out of room, but you kind of get the idea. Lots of stamp sets. And honestly, probably not going to finish this. Probably not going to finish this today. I'm hoping my connection. It says my connection is unstable, so I'm hoping that you guys can see me, hear me, and that everything kind of goes well. I might just see if I can plug us into the wired internet. Hello, Joanna. Nice to see you this evening. Thank you for joining us. Let's plug us into the wired internet and see if that makes it any better. So do say hello if you're popping on. Be nice. And I forget every Russ says to me we could go on holiday, or rather we could not go on holiday, and all you have to do is tell me we've been there, and I probably believe him. So I'll give it a couple of minutes. We're 2 minutes past 8, and so sorry for anybody catching on the replay. I know it's a bit boring when you watch videos and there's just someone chatting when all you want to do is learn how to make this mini album. But you know, that's the nature of the beast, I'm afraid. Just skip forwards a little bit until you see us creating it, and you'll be good to go. Oh, there are dies with this stamp set as well, so if anybody's wondering what I'm doing, I just love fussy cutting. So I could get the dies out, but then I couldn't sit here as easily and chat to you guys, which I love doing. It keeps buffering, so you can't hear what I'm saying. That's happening again. I hope it's going to improve, Joanna. I'm wired into the hardwire internet now, but I might have to get my other half to have a look at it. He's a bit of an IT geek. Hey, Claire. Having a sneaky watch at work. Right, I'm just going to cut one more of these out and then we'll get going because people are late. They'll have to do a catch up. But yeah, I went to a craft fair the other day and one of the stands there was the, oh goodness, now you're going to catch my memory. UK Stamping Network, I think it was, like a network of UK stampers that you can join. Hey, Cheryl, you're right. And she showed us this really cool, like, mini album, and I've adapted it slightly, one might say, as you do. And I thought I'd share it with you today. So this is the one I made. Just decorated the front really plainly here, nothing on the inside, but just that's it. But I'm gonna kind of embellish it a little bit, make some pockets out of it. But yeah, it's made. Just excuse all my pencil drawing, my line drawings. This is show you what to do. Zoom it out a little bit, and kind of where to glue. So I've chosen to work with, and this was a hard decision. I've decided to work with this designer series paper, which is the Perfectly Penciled. Perfectly pencils to lines of paper. And I ummed and ahed. Yeah, great way to use up your DSP. Really good way. Now, this project is probably going to take longer than an hour. I'm going to craft with you for an hour. We'll stop. I'll get done what I can get done. Hey, Louise. Nice to see you. We'll get done what we can get done. And then I'll either finish it like in the week, or I might finish it next Thursday. Might do more on it next Thursday. What are you knowing about, Claire? So this one or this one? Save the pen. No, use the paper. Use the paper. And I think I'm going to use this side. So now I'm going to see if I can remember how to make this. So we're going to need to fold it in half with the side that we want. So whatever side you want, place it face down. Okay, so whichever side you want, place it face down. And then fold it in half. Now you could score this, but you don't need to. So it's also a really good one for kind of quickly making. So I'm just going to get my bone folder. Exactly. To love your paper is to use your paper and to share your paper, so you can give it to somebody else as well. So fold it in half like that. And then fold it in half. Like, I'm trying to copy the one I've already done. Can you tell? Then fold it in half like this. And then fold it in half like this. I think this is right. It's going to go all wrong, isn't it? I'm sure we didn't score them, although we might have done. So I might just, whichever way you want, kind of, that's your first bit. I should have practiced this, but I didn't want to waste my paper if I kind of did it wrong. So that's our first fold. That's our second fold. And I'm just going to score this at 3 and 3. Just because it was giving me an uneven thing. So one of your dimensions of it you want to score at 6, and one you want to score at 3, 6, and 9. Let's go with that. But I'm sure we didn't do that. I think it's just because this paper is thicker. This paper is quite thin that I was using the other day. I think that's all. And then we're going to fold it like that. And then crease that. Okay, you with me? Probably not. So we folded it in half, and then basically in half, and then in half again. Okay, that's the simple. That's all the folding. So now all we've got to do is cut. So there's score line here, and a score line here and here, and one score line in the middle. Yes, I'm doing the album from when we went to no, from Sunday. No, not from Saturday, Louise. Not from Emma's training. This is one, and it's so similar that I hope she doesn't think I've copied. But no, this was when I went to a craft fair, and they were just making a one sheet mini album, and it's folded completely differently. And all I'm going to do is cut from the first score line. So this is down the center line at 6 inches. And I'm going to cut from the first score line to the last score line. Hello, Katie. So that's, you've now got a hole in the middle of it, yeah? So one score line down here at 6 inches, 3, 3, and 3, or rather 3, 6, and 9. Cut down here between the two. Okay, now you need to fold it like this. And what you're going to do, rather than concertina it back up, you're going to split this fold and push it like that. So it's going to create like a diamond, like a four-way. So it's not, I'm not going to lie, this paper might be a bit too thick. So I might need to give these score lines a really, really good crease. And then we'll fold it, we'll open it back out because we've got to do some gluing, but I'm just trying to, oh gosh, boy races down the road. Oh, Holly made about 3 or 4 of these. She loved them, didn't she, Katie? She did really well making all of these. But yeah, I think this paper is just a little bit too thick. So we'll try and kind of get it all sorted when we glue it. This last page is just going to be a little bit out, that's all. Give it a good go. So you're going to see a little bit of the black, but I don't think that's too bad. So just focus on really giving it a good old bone fold. Make sure all those creases are nice and tight. And then you've got your mini album, the basic structure of, with your pages. So I'm going to show you how to glue it. When we made it the other day, she kind of glued all the way down each of the crease lines and all the way along here, and that stuck the whole thing shut. But what I'm going to do is make pockets out of it. And this is where you want to put the glue to be able to make pockets. So I'm going to use a red tape, very, very thin red tape, I think. Or you could use Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue and just put a thin line down each of these. So across the top here, down there and across there and up there. I haven't drawn that one in actually, that should be. Down there, up there and across there. And then down and across, down and up, across there, down and across. That's where you want to put your glue in order to be able to make pockets as well. So we'll open this back up, put your glue on the sides that you don't want showing. And actually for speed, I might go Tombow. No, I'm going to go red tape just because I think it's going to make a better album. So let's do it kind of properly. So we're going to go along here. I've picked Design Series paper that it's really hard to see where my crease lines are, just to make it that much harder for myself, you know. Down there and across there, and then across this one in one go. But I'm going to split it just because of the join. I don't want to make it any more difficult to close and fold than I have to. Yeah, I've just gone a little bit rogue, Katie. I want pockets. So it's a bit of a combination between what I did at team training the other day with Emma Goddard. We made a lovely mini album, and she showed us kind of how to make the pockets. So it's a bit of a combination between the two. Tell you what, I don't know what you guys have been up to this weekend. What have you been up to? I have had this. Sorry, it feels like the weekend because I'm off work. I'm going back to work tomorrow to start for my week, which is the weekend. Oh, going rogue with the glues. Yeah, I think red tape's going to be better. I was teaching a class today in Fareham. Oh, it was lovely. It was so nice. Really lovely venue that I've got here. Right, so I'm just going to double check to see if I actually need. Yeah, you do. So where I've put a double on here and on here, I'm hoping you can just about see, you do need that because that bit there is not going to stick to that bit there. So I need to do the same on here as well. I should have bought a couple of rolls of this red tape at the craft fair, I think. I only bought one, and I don't think it's enough. Okay, and then on this side, we're going to go down the bottom. Up to the score line. It's hard to see though. And this side on the bottom. Peeling all this off is going to be fun as well. I've only just cut my fingernails, so it could be a challenge getting it all off. And then it goes everywhere, doesn't it? Red tape liner. There and there. So this is a lot of prep work, but you know, it's worth it. Well, I hope it's worth it anyway. Could be a disaster. And then here and here. You've had a mad week with the kids. Sports day, dance club performance, taster day. Oh, poker tool is good for this. Absolutely. A drama. Gosh, you have been busy, Katie. Bless you. Oh, I love making those loom band bracelets. That was kind of before I started Stampin' Up. And then I'm just too busy with Stampin' Up. I don't get to do much of kind of other crafting. Not that I'm complaining, I love it. I did do some of my art journal today, that was fun. Oh, it was fun until I couldn't get the products to work properly, what I wanted to do. Right, there we go, that's all of that. And then, as Joanna says, either a poker tool or the end of your scissors. And I'm just gonna, I might be good actually, and get my bin and try and offload it straight into the bin. Oh, it's just gonna be a nightmare to close all together though, isn't it? I'm as excited as you are to see if this actually works. You know, you think, oh, I'll be fine, I know what I'm doing, I don't need to practice. Right. That's all one side. Making a couple more Hufflepuff ones. Ah, lovely. And you end up, well, they must be good, good little sellers though. Good to raise some much needed funds for the school, I'm sure. This is the only downside with red tape, you get one shot, don't you? But it does stick. It's when it sticks, it's stuck. When it's stuck, it's stuck, as they say. Not like the Pritt stick, whereas once it's stuck, it comes undone and falls apart. Right, so what we're going to do is try and just stick these outer two ones together. So I'm going to try and kind of line it up. Oh, I bet you're glad for the weekend then if work's been crazy busy. I'm not looking forward to work this weekend, I must admit. So I'm just lining up, you can't really see what I'm doing, but lining up kind of that edge, close that bottom bit down, and then make sure those middle ones don't close before you're ready. You need to do it on your terms and not on the red taped terms. Take charge of it. Okay. And then I think I might just go like that. Wow. Huh. You know, you impress yourself. You surprise yourself that it's worked. Awesome. So what we've got now is a little mini album with pockets. Front loader, top loader, front loader, top loader. Hello, Anita. Oh, hey, Lisa. Oh, you'll have to watch the first bit back on replay because it's made now, and I can't unmake it. And I'm not doing it again because it's worked, and I was very surprised that it's worked. But yes, fab. And actually, I might close this front one up so that you've just got a top loader, a side loader, and a top loader. And there is a reason for that, because I don't want to have to, where it's a side loader here, I want to punch a little finger grab so that I can pull the thing out, and I don't want to do that on the front bit. So I might just go in and pop a little bit of glue, liquid glue in here, and then squish that closed so that it's the front one is closed, and then I can just have the 3 pockets. So I'm going to do that. Grab a little bit of glue. Yeah. Oh, you could 100% colour. You just want to be careful it doesn't go through to the other side. You might be better off colouring it before you go. So I'm going to leave mine black and white, and I'm just going to thoroughly decorate the inside, which is why I think maybe we won't get finished today. But I'm hoping to get most of it done. But it's cute, isn't it? Really, really cute. So what are we going to decorate it with? I have got, colour. Oh, Katie, you're clever. So yes, you could absolutely colour it. I just go to my blends. I think I've got blends course in my head. If anybody is interested in the blends course, I think I've only got 6 places left. So do get in touch. It's 4-week colouring course using the Stamp and Blend alcohol markers. It runs over about 4 months, so give you loads and loads of kind of time to practice in between. You get a full written course guide, which is at least 12 pages long with practice worksheets and everything, and 4 dedicated lessons, Zoom, but all recorded. So yeah, if you're interested, do give me a shout or drop a comment below, or whatever you want to do. You can book online on my website, www.thesongbirdStamper.co.uk. But yeah, places are running out, and I really haven't advertised it much. So if you're interested, get your name down and get in touch. £70 for the whole course, or £180 if you want the product as well, which is basically you get the course for free. It's £180 worth of product. So I have got this awesome rose gold foil. Oh, you can see my face. Hi. If you swap the stuck lines, you could have the side loader at the back. Yeah, I wanted to do that, Katie, but I obviously did it wrong. I wanted to have the front loader at the top, but that's how I'd planned it to happen, but then it didn't. So you'd have to swap your stuck lines. Absolutely. Oh, cool, Joanna. Yes, give me a get in touch. Send me a message. What's a messenger, or I'll see if I can find you a way. You can always drop me a line. My email address is heather@thesongbirdStamper.co.uk, or find me on Facebook and get in touch. I'm more than happy to give you some info. Love this foil. You're right, it's absolutely gorgeous. And I'm going to keep the front of this really quite straightforward. So I've got colour-wise, I've got Petal Pink, Fresh Freesia, and Pear Pizzazz. That's the kind of colour combo that I am going for here. And all I was going to do was choose a sentiment to go on the front. Really, really difficult to know what sentiment to go with because we've got loads of lovely sentiments. But I want something that's kind of long and slim to go in a kind of box like this. And I found this one. So if you're going to make this mini album for a friend, this one's a fab one. Life is better with friends like you. So I'm going to grab that out, and it's quite bold, which is what you want for the front as well. And as I say, we are winging this today. I have not measured anything. I have no idea on sizes or anything. So, which is the front? That's the front because it's all stuck down. I need my little glue eraser. Nice to get a bit of glue down here. Fabulous little tool, and my downline Anne-Marie has just bought me a present, which is a brand new whole glue eraser just for myself, because Anita gave me half of hers, and I gave half of mine to Anne-Marie, and it was getting smaller and smaller. And of course, I broke into the new one. I tell Russ off for doing that all the time, breaking into new things before we finish the old, but you know. So I'm going to measure 6 centimeters, I think, by 8, 6 by 8. Yeah, let's go for that with the foil. Now it's got a little, ever so slight little rim on this foil, so I'm just going to trim it off. Ah, thanks, Katie. Katie's my course advocate. I think the testament is I have people returning course after course. So actually, is that testament, or have I not taught them very well in the first place? But they seem to love it. It's good fun. Good fun. Right, so which is the front again? Is this the front? Yeah, front, top, side, front. Okay. So it might be a bit big. Might be a little bit big. So I'm going to be naughty and just trim this down. I'm going to actually trim 1 centimetre off, I think. But I'll probably use this on the inside just to decorate somewhere. So it was 6 by 8. It's now going to be 5 by 7 centimetres. So I'm going to cut another piece of white card, and I'm going to cut that to so 6.5 centimetres. Oh, no worries, Anita. And by 4.5. Is that right? That's right. That's just going to give me a little border of this awesome foil. Yeah, that's pretty. Now, I have got out some of this lovely ribbon. I just don't know. Do I make a belly band? I might make a belly band, you know, and just stick my topper to the belly band, because the ribbon's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Right. So we are going to decorate this by stamping this "Life is better with friends like you." And I'm going to go in black, I think. I'm on the fly today. I was teaching today, and one of the things I was telling people is we always say use the right size block for your stamp. So for this size, this width stamp, this width block would be perfect if we were stamping onto open ground. But because we're stamping onto something that we have to really, really line it up, with this, because it's about the same width as my cardstock, the edges of the block really get in the way of trying to determine where your stamp's going to go. So you're better off using, this is filthy, look at the state. You're better off using a bigger block, and then you're not obscured when you're stamping, if that makes any sense at all. Right, so ink that up. I'm just going to do a test on my grid paper. And then try and line this up so that it's straight. Oops, that's my head knocking the camera. Lovely. Life is better with friends like you. Just got a tiny little bit of fluff or something. It's fine. And then that is going to go onto the rose gold. So let's see how we're going to do this. Do you know sometimes when you craft, it's just one step at a time. Oh, did you, Katie? Had to draw. We had that the other week as well. I say I'm hardwired to the internet. I've got no idea. My technological capabilities kind of are exhausted just by logging in and managing to do videos, to be honest. With foil, just be really, really careful if you get glue on it. It really, really struggles. Really struggles to come off. You can't just glue erase it. So I asked someone the other day, how do you get glue off foil? And the answer was, don't get it on there in the first place. So there you go. When you make a belly band for something that you haven't decorated yet, it's a bit risky. So always make the belly band bigger, kind of just looser, because obviously we're going to fill this with lots of stuff and you don't want to risk not being able to get your belly band back on. So two schools of thought: either don't make the belly band until after you finish the album, or make the belly band but give it quite a lot of wiggle room. Can you see? And it's hard to know how much to give it, to be honest, but just give it a bit of wiggle room. I'm hoping that because it's ribbon, it might give a little bit. So what I'm going to do is just put some red tape. We're all over this red tape today, aren't we? Just on the end here. And if you can get it off, red tape sticks quite nicely to ribbon. There we go. And then you just want to line this up, but like I say, make sure it's a little bit looser than you might otherwise. But just line up the top and bottom of the ribbon. There we go. So yeah, we've got some wiggle room in there. Hopefully enough. Oops. I'm hoping it might stretch. Okay. That's actually might be a bit too much wiggle room. Okay. That's not enough. Oh gosh, this is hard. Right, let's stick there. Let's go for that. And then, so I've made the join so I can put this over the front of the join. You could also have the join at the back, but then you'd see the join. So with this, I'm just going to pop this over the top like that. I've smudged it ever so slightly. There was a little bit of a little bit of black ink on there. Are you all still with me? Can you all still hear me and see me? Oh, the numbers look like they're all dropping off rapidly, so I wonder if we've got a bit of a problem with the old internet. I'm just going to pop that red tape right across there. Give me a shout. Say hello to me if you can still hear me. Ah, lovely, Katie. I've still got some company. Right, so pull that off. The interesting bit's done now, to be honest. Just making bracelets alongside my belly band. Oh, wicked. Oh, good. Oh, thank you for that tip, Katie. Yeah, I don't know what goes on with YouTube, you know. I really don't. That smudge is probably going to annoy me. So I might end up making another one of these. But not today. Right, so that's stuck on there like that. So now we've got our kind of belly band. I am going to decorate it, and with some pansies. So I'm going to try and cover up that smudge. Cover up that smudge. I just thought these colours are gorgeous. Dimensions or flat? I think flat. And just be a little bit cautious. You don't want to put glue where it overlaps, because you end up sticking it down onto your paper, and that's not what we want to do. We need to keep it all on this piece of topper, this card that we've just created. Yeah, it's gorgeous, isn't it? I just thought that worked really well. So it's Pear Pizzazz, Fresh Freesia, and Petal Pink. Beautiful. I think that's it. I might grab a couple of now. If these are still current, I think they are. There's just a whole load of gems for you to choose from, isn't there? But actually, they're really nice. Those are the new Christmassy ones. I was thinking the champagne rhinestones or the polished. It's too many to choose from. Oh, I think those. I think the polished dots are going to be a winner. Let's see what we've got. These are gorgeous though. Actually, I'm tempted because they haven't been used yet. These are in the new mini catalogue. I post broken up. Can it wake up for me as well? I've got to work tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to that. Oh gosh, a rogue. There's a rogue one. Yeah, these are pretty. Good choice, Heather. These are called adhesive back sequins and gems. It's like a purple. I don't know if you can see it. Like a purple, like a coastal cabana, and then a silver. Gorgeous. Right, so that's the front of our album with our little belly band that's going to slide off and then open up like this. So what I'm going to do first of all is punch with a semicircle just at the top. So like I say, you don't have to do this bit. This is totally optional. And I'm just grabbing a retired punch to do this with. Naughty, but I'm in denial. Just a little thumb grab. Oh, you can't see that. There you go. There on our top loading. Here on our side loading one. And here again on our top. Now, because there's a sheet in the middle, you don't need to worry too much about getting them lined up. When you're doing anything where you've got repetitive sheet after sheet after sheet, what I would normally do is lay it down and draw a little semicircle so you get a guide of where you've put the last one. So we've just got some thumb grabs. Now, I was organised enough to write down the size of my bits of white that I'm going to need. Or black, you could go black. Actually, black would be quite cool with then white on it. Yeah, let's do that. 5 1/4 by 2 1/2. I need 3 of them. 5 1/4 by 2 1/2. What's that? 2 1/2. That one. And that one. That's good. Let's just move that topper out of the way. So just trim this to 2 1/2. And then we want it 5 1/4. I'm just going to check it before I go wild and cut all the rest of them. Yep, so we're going to put some ribbon on the top of it anyway. But yeah, that fits in nicely. And into that side one as well. So it will go a bit too far in, but again, we're going to try and... Oh, hey Shirley, nice to see you. Late to the party, that's okay, no worries. But you can always watch on catch up if you want to know how we've made this. But yeah, cute little mini album. So 2 1/2. Let me just trim that down again. Oh, good, Anita. I'm glad you can see in here. If anybody does have problems with the sound, apparently it's just log out and log back in. Apparently I've just met my goal as well. My steps goal. Don't know how that is, seeing as I'm not doing anything. So 3 of those. Now, we used to have a tag topper punch, but that would not have worked for this size. So I'm going to use this. This is the new trio punch. And I've always just chopped the corners off my cardstock. Always. But you kind of think, why do I need this then? Well, this is going to get it entirely accurate every time. And there's our little tag. And then you can line it up in here. And it makes a little thing there. So it's I honestly don't think it's as good as our old tag topper punch. But for something where you want it wider, or if you don't have a tag topper punch and you're desperate for something, this is the next best thing, I think. But I'm not going to lie, I won't be getting rid of my tag topper punch for a while. So you just line that up in the centre, press that down. It is cool, isn't it, Shirley? Yeah, it is cool. And then you've got this nice decorative one as well for doing your edges. But I'm not going to use that today. We're just going with this one. Yeah, you get it perfectly. Like I do this all the time. I just cut the corners off, but they're never accurate. So for ribbon, we've got a couple of choices. I've got some black and white gingham ribbon, which is what I think I'm going to use. Or you've got some normal, the kind of standard white crinkled seam binding. I think I'm going to go this black and white ribbon here. Although I shouldn't really have done that one with the thing in the top, should I? I might redo that one and do a side. I need 2 top loaders and 1 side loader. So let me cut this to 5 1/4. Oh, the gingham ribbon is gorgeous, isn't it? Gorgeous, gorgeous. I don't even think I'm going to trim the edges of it. I don't think it needs it. The one in the side. And I'm undecided yet. I might put the white on and then punch a hole. So let's leave it for now. So these ones I'm just going to make a loop. Loop. Yeah, this ribbon, and it goes with black and white projects, or it goes with your coloured like projects, but just adds that real touch of class, I suppose. Just going to trim those down a little bit. They're a little bit long, and then we can put one of those in here, and then it doesn't matter like if it goes in a bit too far because you've always got that ribbon to hang on to, and it does stick out the top, but you know. I don't mind that. It shows people there is something to grab, something for them to take out. Now, this kind of album, what are you going to do with it? You've got a couple of options. You could fill it full of photos of you and a friend. You could fill it full of photos and give it to them as a present, or you could fill it full of photos of yourself and your own kind of places. And oh, to show you, I'll grab, because I've got some new people on here. They've probably not seen one of my albums before, like a different type of album. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? My only concern is if we put this one in here, we're going to have a piece of ribbon sticking out the side. It's a bit random. Random having ribbon out the side as well, isn't it? I might just put that one in like that and hope that people notice there's something there to grab, and hope it doesn't go too far in. Yeah, let's do that, because I don't want ribbon sticking out the side as well. So you could fill it full of photos, or you could do what I'm going to do, which is decorate the whole thing with Stampin' Up stamps and sentiments, because we've got some lovely, lovely stamps and some brilliant sentiments. It's your time to be remembered, to feel appreciated. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is relax. You're always so good to others, be good to yourself. Just as a kind of little affirmation, you're on my mind and in my heart. Yeah, one piece of 12 by 12. That's it. It's a great way of using up your scrap DSP. And then we've just got this cute little topper belly band to go on the front. And then I'm just going to decorate the inside. I'll do the first page just to kind of give you an idea of what I'm going to do. She says, I have no plan at all, but we're going to go for it. I'm just using kind of black card, white card, and stamps and colours, I think. So I'm going to stick with black card for my kind of mats, because that's going to help our images to pop. That's not a great piece of card. I want enough of this paper to show, so I'm going to go for 2.5. Let's go for that and see what we think. So the overall album size is 3 inches by 6. So if we've gone for 2.5, we want 5.5 to give us a border, neat border all the way around. And that's going to give you that size border. If you want it smaller, and obviously you don't have to do the whole thing, you could just do a little bit at the top and then leave the bottom. So you could just do like this. That's quite nice, actually. I might save that piece of card. Do this 2.5 by, I don't know, let's say 3.5, 3 3/4. Let's try that. You can always make it smaller. You can't make it bigger again once you cut it. Winging it is the best way. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I'm just not sure winging it live on YouTube is the best way, but hey, you know, we're rocking with it. So that was 2.5 by 3 3/4. So we're going to grab a little piece of white, basic white. So 2.5. Let's take it down 3/16. No, let's take it down just 1/8 of an inch. So that's 2 3/8 by what was 3 3/4. So 3 5/8. I might make detailed measurements for this, because I know a lot of people do need. Yes, I like that. That looks like a good size for our first one. So what should we put on it? So you could stamp those images. I'm going to go for that one, I think, which is this one. So let's put this to one side, kind of have a look, see where we think, and then grabbing some kind of a sentiment. So we want something that's going to fit. So I'm making this for a friend. We could get through anything together, or you are a real blessing to everyone around you. These are lovely sentiments. Are you a winger, are you? Secrets are all coming out now. So that looks quite nice. That little makeup there. And then you could decorate it with a few flowers and embellishments. So yeah, they could do that and that as well. So let's go for it. Let's stamp in. I'm going to stamp in black, and then I'm going to colour those with my stamping blends. So I had a bit of a problem with this stamp set. Can you see it's not cut? It's not cut great. I could have sent it back, but I am able to work with it. If you ever get a stamp set like that and you're not able to work with it, you can send that back to Stampin' Up for a refund, but or a replacement, sorry. But it all costs, and it's just the environment as well. Creating extra stamp sets, this would just go in the bin. So if you can work with it, kind of try to, is what I suggest. But that's just me, isn't it? Everyone's entitled to their own kind of opinion. But I know this is very far over to the right, this text. So I'm just going to stamp it on here and see if I'm happy with the lining up of it. Oops, and make sure I'm inking it up well. Okay. So it's not very straight, but you've got the other side. And it is handmade, so I don't know. I thought it was straight. I'm struggling to, let me see if I can line it up. Yeah, it's obviously me going wonky. That's a bit better. So you are a real blessing to everyone around you. Then we're going to stamp on our kind of line art. Pretty, isn't it? And then we can colour that in. So I've got Fresh Freesia blends. I've got light old olive. So because I wanted to kind of work with Pear Pizzazz, and we don't have a Pear Pizzazz blend, I've just picked the light old olive. And these leaves are so small, you're going to struggle to blend them anyway. Bring you down a little bit while I'm just colouring in here. So yeah, you can see how this would be a real labour of love, a mini album like this. But they're so fun to do, and they make great little gifts. If somebody's struggling, or you've had a really great time and you just want to celebrate their friendship or their life or whatever. But yeah, if you've got photos, you could add photos in here, and that would make it kind of less, I don't know, decorative work. But right, so I'm going to go for Fresh Freesia flowers. Just popping some dark in the middle here. This is a lovely floral stamp set, isn't it? Don't get enough use out of this one. That other stamp there is gorgeous as well. Beautiful. And you could add on some little die cut flowers or a little die cut butterfly if you wanted to. The only thing I would say is try not to put in too much dimension, because obviously you want it to close still. So everything that I put on is going to be on flat, and I think the most I'm going to put in maybe is some sequins or some flat die cuts. But generally most of this is just going to be stamping and colouring. So I'm going to go for these little ones in Fresh Freesia 2. And then the big ones, I might leave the edges of them white. This is going to be dark petal pink. Not that in this light you can probably see it at all. Which I might put some petal pink just on those tips. And then blend that in with the light. No, that's Fresh Fusion. Do I think it's because it's quite small that I don't use it as much? What, the stamp set? Possibly, because it's only a little image. And it's like, I do struggle to know what to do with the little images. But for this kind of thing, perfect. I'm just going to grab my So Saffron as well. Just to colour the centre of those. Probably just the light. Actually, I might grab the dark. You know when you do it here, oh no, that's not quite right. Just grab the dark as well. You could go Daffodil Delight. Gorgeous colours, aren't they? Really, really pretty. I love the subtles. Just add a little touch more of the dark and then blend that in. Oh, that is annoying me that it's not particularly straight, but I am a proponent of it is handmade. So you will appreciate it. Right, that's going to go on here. And I'm not a robot. I'm a human being. Yeah, you made a point of using the smaller stamps. They do. They absolutely do get forgotten. It can be really hard to know what to do with them. Bookmarks is the other thing I use a lot of the smaller stamps for. Making bookmarks, which they're great for. Because you're just working on that slightly smaller scale. So that's going to go on our first page. And I don't think it needs anything more than that. I might just have a quick look at those gems again and see if I want any. Which I probably will, let's be honest. And the only other thing I would say is if you make an album like this, make sure you use paper that isn't orientationed, so it doesn't matter which way up. Yeah, exactly. You look at the overall effect, don't you, Katie? And it's just, I mean, it's, you don't hold things straight anyway, do you? So I am going to pop just a couple of these on just because they're so pretty. It would be almost criminal not to. And they're flat as well. Oh, is that not even? Has that got it sticky? You don't want kind of big, bulky gems on. Love it. Love it. Oh, thank you. Right, so I think I'm going to leave it there for today. We've been going for an hour. Yeah, my other half like really notices things aren't straight, and he's like, "That why isn't that straight?" He would pick that up straight away. But you know, he can. I know this isn't stuck on straight either. So hard when there's a camera right in front of you. So hard. But yes, I thought what we could do is come back next week and finish decorating this off. If I don't get to it in the meantime. Thank you, Lisa. Thanks, Katie. I love making things like this. Something a little bit different. But yeah, I thought that was too good not to share with you guys because, you know, one sheet of 12 by 12 paper. We've all got that hanging around, yeah? All of us. I'm more than welcome, Louise. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming on as well. I really appreciate your kind of company. I've done these YouTube lives where we've not had many people, and it's quite hard. It's quite hard, so I really do appreciate you. I will be around next Thursday. I've got some holiday from work. Not that I would be working anyway, but Yeah, give it a go. Give it a go. Get them made. Really, really fab little things. Like I say, if you don't want all the effort, you don't have to make all the pockets. You could just glue everywhere and then stick those down. So you could glue all of these closed as well. But yeah, nice little kind of friendship. Thank you so much, Joanna. That's really lovely. Yeah, your thumbs up on the YouTubes really do help. I totally appreciate your support. My pleasure, Shirley. Thank you. Yeah, let Bob know about the pocket option. She'll really like that. Really, really like that. I'm sure she will. She did fabs at making these. Thank you, Cheryl. Really appreciate that. Thank you. It's lovely to have you join us as well, seeing as you didn't have any meetings going on. Right, so that's all from me, I think. I will be back next Thursday. And in the meantime, stay cool. Get the ice creams in. We've got a stock in the freezer. And relax and enjoy yourselves. Have a good weekend. Out comes the good old DSP. We've all got plenty kicking around. Thanks, guys. Take care. Bye then. Bye.